What's cracking, Jack? You are in the jungle. Every Major League Baseball team in action Friday, September 19th. We're going to break down every single game and come up with the best bet for all of them right here, right now. Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to the show. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the jungle. We're going to break down all 15 games in Major League Baseball for Friday, and I'll give you a best bet for each one of them. And I'm going to leave 2 links for you in the comment section of the video. The first link is to my $5 favorite play of the day. And for just $5 and no further obligation, you get my best baseball bet of the day text to your phone. We've now hit 7 $5 favorites in a row. Thursday's was the Seattle Mariners on the money line. Congratulations to all who purchased again and cashed on it. The second link is to become a Jungle member. And for as little as 55 cents a day, you get my full betting card sent to your phone every single morning, access to a members-only Discord, and a direct line to me if you'd like me to opine on any other bet that you're considering placing. We have a free weekly trial. Take it for a test spin and see if it's for you. Today's video is brought to you by Outlier.bet, the top name in sports betting research, and by Red Lobster, the favorite fancy restaurant of German pop icon David Hasselhoff. First up, we got the Braves and the Tigers. Bryce Elder versus Charlie Morton. I expect runs early in this game. Both these pitchers have an ERA of both of them do, exactly 5.56, and both have a whip above 1.45. Both bullpens are in decent shape. I have the Tigers ranked 16th going into Friday, and I have the Braves ranked 15th. So let's attack the 2 starting pitchers in this game and go over the total in the first 5 innings with the Braves and Tigers. Game number 2 is the Cubs and the Reds. Shota Imanaga versus Nick Lodolo. I like this pitching matchup as a wash. Both pitchers have nearly identical ERAs and whips, but the Cubs bullpen is in much better form. Now remember, when I give you my bullpen rankings, it's what I believe to be the effectiveness of that bullpen going into the day that I'm capping, based on performance, health, and availability of their high leverage arms. Going into the day, I currently have the Cubs ranked number 1. They have an ERA of 0.81 over the last 7 days, and I have Cincinnati 18th. The Cubs are batting .296 over their last 7 games. The Reds are batting .231. The Cubs are sitting on the money line at around minus 130 on most books. That's the play here, Chicago Cubs on the money line. A's at the Pirates, Luis Severino versus Mitch Keller. The Pirates have lost 4 of Keller's last 5 starts, and the A's have won 3 of Severino's last 3 starts. But the story in this game that can't be overlooked is the blatant offensive advantage that the A's possess. The A's are top 10 in every major offensive category. They're 4th in home runs, 4th in team average this season. The Pirates are bottom 10 in pretty much every major offensive metric that there is. And in the last 10 games, they have the least amount of runs scored of any team in Major League Baseball, just 25, 2.5 a game, and they're batting 180. Let's take the A's on the money line over Pittsburgh. Yankees at the Orioles, Will Warren versus Trevor Rogers. I like Baltimore first 5 innings on the money line here. Their bullpen hasn't been in great shape. They have an ERA of 6.75 over the last 7 days, but Trevor Rogers has been brilliant all season long. He's 8-2 with a 1.43 ERA and a whip of 0.89. Will Warren has an ERA of 4.44, a whip of 1.38, and the Yankees have lost 4 of Warren's last 5 starts. Let's take advantage of the starting pitching mismatch here and leave the bullpens out of it. Orioles' first 5 innings on the money line is the play. Nationals at the Mets, Andrew Alvarez versus Brandon Sproat. Now, the Nationals are tough to back at the moment. And although the Mets are so very unpredictable, they're still trying to hang on to the last wild card spot in the National League. So they're playing meaningful baseball. That's the play here. The money line's too expensive, sitting around minus 200 on most books. And we don't play 1.5 runs with home teams. The play in this game is New York on the alternate line of -1. Boston at Tampa Bay, Garrett Crochet versus Drew Rasmussen. 2 great starting pitchers and 2 inconsistent offenses. So we're going to back the starting pitching here. Crochet has an ERA of 2.63 and a whip of 1.05. Rasmussen an ERA of 2.74 and a whip of just 1.00. The play in this game is under the total in the first 5 innings, Tampa Bay, Boston. Padres at the White Sox, Dylan Cease versus Davis Martin. It's been a tough season for Cease, man. He's just 8-11 with a 4.59 ERA, but he's gotten it together a little bit over his last 3 starts. He's allowed just 2 runs or less in his last 3 games, and the Padres have won 4 of his last 5 starts. San Diego his bullpen has looked good all season long. And right now they have an ERA of just 2.57 over the last 7 days. They have a way better bullpen than the White Sox at the moment. San Diego's batting 278 over their last 7 games, and they're playing meaningful baseball. The White Sox batting 174 over the last 7 games, and they're not. The Padres are their play here, but the money line, again, like the Mets, is too expensive. So we're going to the alternate line of -1 with San Diego. Toronto at Kansas City. It's your Apple TV game of the night. They didn't pay me to say that. It's Max Scherzer versus Michael Lorenzen. Scherzer's having an up-and-down season, but the Blue Jays have backed him up. They've won 6 of his last 8 starts, and I think he holds the edge here over Lorenzen, who has a slightly higher ERA and a slightly higher whip than Scherzer does. The Royals have also lost 3 of Lorenzen's last 4 starts. The Toronto bullpen is also in better current form than the Royals is. To have them ranked 7th going into Friday with an ERA of 2.41 over the last 7 days. Kansas City 7.72. Toronto has the best team batting average in Major League Baseball. Kansas City's 19th. Toronto's 4th in runs scored. The Royals are 28th. The margin by which Toronto has scored more runs than Kansas City this year is astronomical. Toronto has scored 758 runs. The Royals just 589. I think the money line is underpriced in this game. It's currently sitting around -125, -130. On most books, take Toronto on the money line. Miami at Texas. Jansen Junk, the Junker, versus Tyler Mahle. It's Mahle's first start since coming off the IL, but I trust him more than I trust Junk. He'll be on a pitch count, and then he'll turn the ball over to a very good Texas bullpen that I currently have ranked 4th going into Friday with an ERA of 1.08 over the last 7 days. Both offenses are batting right around 260 over the last 7 games. Texas is 47-28 at home, though. Miami 37-38 on the road. I like Texas on the money line. Cleveland at Minnesota. Parker Messick going for the Guardians. And we have Pablo Lopez going for the Twins. Now, Messick is a rookie, but he started 5 games this season. He's been very good in all 5 starts. He has an ERA of 1.4 and has allowed 1 run or less in 4 of those 5 starts. This is Pablo Lopez's 3rd start back since coming off the IL, and he's had Pablo Lopez-like numbers. He's been very good. But Cleveland, 7-0 in their last 7 games, and they're just 1.5 games out of the last wild card spot in the American League, and they hold the bullpen edge as well. I have the Guardians bullpen ranked 3rd coming into Friday with an ERA of 1.76 over the last 7 days. The Twins I have 24th with an ERA of 4.67 over the last week and a fatigue rating according to my scale of 9.1 out of 10. The Guardians are red hot and playing meaningful baseball, and they're behind the arm of a rookie who's been incredible. They have the bullpen edge, and they're sitting on the money line for plus money against a team that has nothing left to play for. Take the Guardians on the money line for plus money. Now we go. I've been waiting for this one, Jungle Nation. I'm very excited about this game. Now we go to the most meaningful regular season game of Major League Baseball so far this season. The Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners are tied in first place in the American League West. They meet in Houston for a 3-game series starting on Friday. Game 1 is Brian Wu versus Hunter Brown. Hey, that's Kevin's kid. These are 2 pitchers that we've backed and profited on very much so throughout the season. Let's break it down. Brian Wu, 14-7, an ERA of 3.02, and he's one of the few pitchers in Major League Baseball with a sub-1 whip. And the Mariners have won 6 of Wu's last 8 starts. Hunter Brown, still Kevin's kid, 12-7, ERA of 2.27, a whip of 1.00. He has not given up more than 2 earned runs in 5 straight starts. This is as close as a starting pitching matchup wash as you can have. I love this matchup. So let's look at the bullpens. Over the last 7 days, the Astros have a bullpen ERA of 3.13 and a fatigue rate of 7.6 out of 10, according to my numbers. The Mariners have an ERA of 4.80 and a fatigue rate of 7.1. The Mariners are batting .273 over their last 7 games. Houston .242. They're missing the bat of Yordan Alvarez. But Houston is 46-32 at home. Seattle is 36-42 on the road. I'm siding with the home team here. Give me the Astros on the money line. Angels at the Rockies. Mitch Ferris, if you will, versus Bradley Blaylock. This is an easy one for me. The Angels can hit and the Rockies can't pitch. Blaylock, bless his heart, has an ERA of 9.00 and an astronomical whip of 1.82. I have their bullpen currently ranked 29th. Over the last 7 days with an ERA of 6.38, they're in Coors Field. Angels team total over. Brewers at the Cardinals, Jacob Mizorowski, the Miz versus Sonny Gray. Now, we just saw this exact same pitching matchup in Milwaukee September 14th. Sonny Gray outpitched the Miz. The Cardinals got to him pretty good, but the game resulted in a Milwaukee 9-8 win in extra innings. But I think this time the Cardinals get to Miz again, and I think Sonny Gray sees this as a challenge against the young and up-and-coming rookie. I think the Cardinals show up here. I'll take the Cardinals on the money line at home for plus money. Phillies at the Diamondbacks. We have Taijuan Walker going for Philly. Ryan Nelson for the Diamondbacks. I like the Diamondbacks in this game. The Phillies, it's their number 5 pitcher against probably the Diamondbacks' number 1 pitcher this season. The Phillies have already clinched the division, and Arizona is fighting for that last wild card spot in the National League, just 2 games out going into Friday playing meaningful baseball. Arizona is 5-2 in their last 7 games. They're batting .272, 6th best in baseball. The bullpen has stepped it up as of late since they're making a wild card push. They have an ERA of 3.91 over the last 7 games, which is a big improvement. The Phillies bullpen just 6.00 ERA over the last 7 days. I like the Diamondbacks on the money line. And the final game we're looking at, San Francisco at the Dodgers. Robbie Ray versus Clayton Kershaw. The Giants' playoff run has all been but mathematically eliminated. No offense is colder in baseball than them. They're San Francisco Giants. Right now, they have the lowest team average in baseball over their last 7 games, and the Dodgers have the highest. Both bullpens have been beat up a little bit over the last week. Dodgers ERA 8.47 and a fatigue factor of 5.2. Giants ERA 7.58 over the last week. Fatigue factor of 8.7. I like the Dodgers in this game, but the money line's too expensive. We're going with the Dodgers on the alternate line of -1. Let me know your favorite baseball plays of the day in the comment section, and I'll see you next time with a little more money in your pocket.